Tell them, oh, you're so dangerous. Yeah, I'll give you a hug. Okay. This is not convincing them that you're dangerous. This is convincing them that you're a cuddle bear. Maulings, hospitalizations, insane bite forces of 700 pounds per square inch. Why are Cane Corsos so dangerous? I got my best bro Bruce Wayne with me, and we're going to explore this topic in more detail. Cane Corsos weigh anywhere between 110 to 140 pounds, with many of them, such as Bruce Wayne, getting much larger. Bruce Wayne's 155 pounds of solid muscle. A dog that big is capable of damage in so many ways that are overlooked with someone who's looking into the breed, who's considering bringing one of these amazing breeds into their home. Some dog breeds, such as the Cane Corso, have been portrayed very negatively by the media, giving their perception that they're inherently dangerous. However, it's essential to remember that a dog's behavior is primarily shaped by how they're raised and treated by their owner. A Cane Corso has one of the strongest bite forces on the planet out of most dog breeds. Yeah, bro, you have a very strong bite force. They say it's 700 pounds per. They say it's 700 pounds per square inch. We'll cuddle after the video. Okay, can we just cuddle after the video? And a Cane Corso needs a strong leader to train and guide them throughout each stage of their life. Remember, these guys have very strong guardian instincts just bred within them. If they don't have a strong leader, then they're going to become the leader themselves, because within every pack there is a leader. Dogs are pack-oriented creatures. Many times dogs don't want to be the leader, but if you're not the proper leader to them, they will take over that role. And what that leads to is your dog making decisions for them versus you making decisions for your dog. And 9 times out of 10, those are the improper decisions and can lead to nightmare issues. Before you get a Cane Corso, or any dog for that fact, I always urge people to make sure your dog training skills are up to par. This is not a breed for first-time owners, and this is not a breed where you want to learn on the fly and make mistakes with. Without a strong training foundation, aggressive and territorial behavior can manifest itself. I'll link some great online dog training courses for you guys in the description box that will teach you how to train your dog to become the perfect canine companion you're looking for and avoid any long-term behavior or aggression problems. They also need a leader who's gonna properly socialize them through their entire life. Bruce Wayne's 6 years old and we still socialize them to this day. Again, they're a guardian breed. They have to be exposed to thousands of different things in the world so that they understand that the majority of things that they're seeing, the majority of people they're coming across aren't a threat. That way they don't overreact or react in a way that you don't want them to react. So I want to read you a DM, what improper leadership can turn into. They sent me a DM when they get a puppy and now the dog's older. I think it's around 11 months old. And they sent me another DM where the problem started months ago as a puppy at 4 months and it has just expanded until a nightmare scenario what you have today. Things are going a bit awry. I've had to hire a trainer because he has aggressively bit me, aggressively tries to hump me, and snaps at me when I try to take something away from him. He only behaves this way with me for some reason, so I'm sure that I'm the problem. The reason I'm writing you this is to tell you that you are right. No matter how much dog experience one has, how much one researches the breed, this is a breed that isn't for everyone. Fast forward, the dog's older now, and this is where things got really, really bad. I've changed myself and tried very hard to be the best owner friend I could be. Not only because he would depend on me, because I too would depend on him. He attacked me out of a sudden, strange food aggression on Monday morning. I made him sit and stay and wait before giving him permission to eat. And as I moved on, I gave him a scratch in the hindquarters to praise him, and all hell broke loose. He grabbed and shook my arm, then my thigh before I could get control again and get him in his crate. My husband has stated we're getting rid of him. Obviously, this person does not want to get rid of their dog. That's just one example of what improper leadership can turn into. I don't want to scare anyone. I'm not trying to shine a negative light in this breed because they are an incredible breed, but they're not for everyone, and proper training steps have to be taken when you're raising these guys. Now let's just take this one step further. You have your Cane Corso around strangers and they're not properly trained and raised. Now you have a dog that may attack or bite an innocent stranger. Now you have an innocent victim who was just attacked by your dog because you didn't take the proper steps in training it. Again, most of these issues, 95% of them, come down to the owner. Yes, dogs can have mental disorders, so you might get 5% that has some weird thing in their brain where they're just an aggressive dog because of their breeding practices or just a weird mental disorder, right? Majority of the times, the issue falls in the owner's hands. You may remember the poor child in the UK who was mauled to death by a Cane Corso, which I must say was the result of a criminal. It's proven he was a criminal. They found $40,000 of stolen property on his property, and his Cane Corso mauled a child to death. That's a very sad case. I'm just trying to explain the reality of what these dogs are capable of and what happens when they're not properly raised and trained. Sure, you have dogs with mental issues just as humans, but it's rare and more so on the human side of things due to improper training, improper socialization, and just not knowing what you're doing with a dog. Now let's get into things that people may not consider when they're considering getting a Cane Corso. And that is their massive size and their massive amount of power. Example 1, Cane Corso. Do y'all know that Bruce Wayne fractured Kara's shoulder? This was completely accidental, and it was more so user error than Bruce Wayne's fault. Kara is playing with the flirt pole. She misjudged some space she had. She called Bruce Wayne to grab it, full on sprint. Bruce runs straight into her full speed. So Kara's 110, 112 pound body is no match for a full speed 155 pound muscle bullet train coming at her. Bruce hit her in the knees. She flew up in the air upside down, landing on her shoulder, fracturing it. It took her shoulder like a year to fully heal. And even to this day, this was like 3-4 years ago, it's still not fully healed. Example 2, I just saw somebody post this on Instagram. So just to protect their identity, I'm gonna hide their name, but I'm gonna read their post to you. This is the result when your 130 pound Corso runs into your knee. Enjoy them, but be careful. They're like a Mack truck with no brakes. My wife suffered a tibia plateau lateral fracture. No one's fault, just an unfortunate accident. I'd love to know the yearly stats of injuries caused by dogs, and like not bite injuries, but injuries as I just described, because I am sure there are thousands of them. And these are things that people usually don't think of. You know, you think about getting a Cane Corso and the dangers of them, you're thinking about this giant mouth, right? You're thinking about this thing, right? You're thinking about that giant mouth that opens up, right? Right? You forget that these guys are huge and they're powerful. I'm on the floor with Bruce. If he shakes his head right now and he hits me in the nose or teeth, I could have my teeth knocked out. My nose could get broken. When you're playing with these guys, you have to be so careful where they are, where your surroundings are. They're so heavy and powerful, it's extremely easy for them to unintentionally injure you or someone else for that fact. Almost done. You just want to be loved and hugged, huh? I've had so many little like non-serious bumps and bruises from Bruce Wayne and Joey Justice. Just 2 days ago, Justice hit me in the nose with his paw and my nose was all swollen. So even if the injury isn't serious, these small little injuries can easily happen with these guys. These are the things that people just don't consider. Another big danger is if you have children. Never leave your children alone with any dog. Now you take a giant breed dog, for example. That dog, if you have a child who's very small, and your 150 pound Cane Corso just plops down laying on them, they could break a leg, they could break their knee, they could do so many unintentional things to this poor little kid just because of their weight and structure alone. And now imagine a child around the Cane Corso who's not trained and properly socialized and has aggressive tendencies. Now you have a 150 pound monster biting someone. Remember, Bruce Wayne and Joey Justice didn't come this way to the box. It was a ton of time. It was a ton of dedication. It was a ton of training that continues to this day, even though he's 6 years old. Training never stops. Remember, you're always training your dog when you're in the presence of your dog. You're either training them in a way you want them to behave, or you're inadvertently training them to behave in a way you don't want them to behave. Every action you take is making an imprint on your dog's mind. Be patient, be kind, but never give in. It's important to emphasize that responsible ownership and proper training can help prevent any potential dangers associated with Cane Corsos or any dog breed for that fact. Owning a dog, especially a powerful breed like a Cane Corso, requires commitment, time, and effort to ensure they grow into a well-behaved, balanced animals. Additionally, early socialization and positive reinforcement training are crucial to help any dog become a well-adjusted and safe member of your community. If you're considering owning a Cane Corso or any other large breed, it's essential to educate yourself about responsible dog ownership and seek guidance from professional dog trainers and behaviorists. World's greatest online, easy-to-follow training courses, linked in the description box below. You do get 10% off those using code Jason at checkout. And until next time, Bruce Wayne and myself will see you later. Peace.